All right, guys, just left the gym, crushed a solid workout. So I'm trying something. I'm trying to lose 15 pounds of body fat in 30 days. And I've implemented quite a few different things all at once to bring this about. So I've radically changed my diet. I am going to the gym 2 days a week. I'm doing mini workouts on another 4 days a week. And I'm doing a little bit of morning cardio, walking, the exercise bike, etc., with the goal of keeping my heart rate around 110 or so. So what I want to get at here is, dude, I think working out could be the best form of personal development there is in a simplistic form. It's so simple, bro. Like, you just get it. And it doesn't take a lot of work in a certain sense. What I mean by that is, yeah, it takes work in the gym. It takes work to do the work. But it's so straightforward compared to solving more complex problems in life. Like, you want to 10x your business? Hey, that might be a little bit more difficult. That might take a little bit more thought. And oftentimes, incidentally, that takes simplification and really focusing in on the things that matter most and letting the other stuff go. But I see a lot of people out there, and I look around, and there's so many unhealthy people. There's so many guys out there who walk around with such guilt and shame, and they hang their head, not proud of who they are. They walk in the gym, their head's down, their shoulders are hunched, and you look at them and you're like, come on, bro, you're awesome. Like, you've got so much potential. But there they are. Man, I get it. I was there too. There's a lot of us. We didn't have the direction in life. We didn't have the father figures. We didn't have the other people. And maybe we even did have the father figures, but maybe we didn't internalize it. I'm not big on sitting and psychoanalyzing every little thing. Oh, poor me. My dad left. Oh, poor me. My dad did this, or my mom did that, or oh, my family situation. Like, nobody gives a shit, dude. Nobody cares. You're an adult now. At some point, you get to look up and say, it's my time to make the rules. Hey, this is my time. I don't have to play by the rules that I've been playing by. I don't have to do the stuff anymore. I get to make up my own rules. And what's really cool about that is you can make up your own rules and you can dominate at life. Dude, look at Grant Cardone. Great example. Great example. Father died when he was, I think, 10 years old. You know, got into drugs, did a bunch of stuff, finally got sober at 25, got his life together, went out there, made something of himself. Dude, nobody else has come from as little of that. I mean, what's your excuse? Dude's a billionaire by now. Maybe, I think. You know, he's got several billion under management. But, like, what's the excuse? He didn't have the father figure. I mean, his dad was gone, bro. Like, I told my dad to get out of the house at 15. I was trying to figure out how to be the man of the house for my other brothers and sisters. And that's not because my dad's a bad guy. I love my dad. We have a great relationship today. But my dad was the same as every other guy out there. Man, he's lost. Still is in a lot of ways. He was lost. He didn't have a father figure that showed him how to do stuff. He was in and out of the house the whole time growing up. And I thought I had a great childhood. And I still believe I have a great childhood. I have brothers and sisters that will tell you it was horrible. In my mind, it built this motherfucker here today, though. In my mind, it built me to the man that I am, and that's why I'm so passionate, man. I didn't have a lot of people that helped me. I helped me. I read books. I went to seminars. I went to conferences. I had to figure these things out. And I made a lot of mistakes along the way, guys. I was a male dancer for 6 years. Dude, I've done some crazy stuff in my life. Like, there's a lot of crazy stuff that I've done that I don't even share. You know, I might share in the coming years. But, you know, and I believe in honesty, so I'm not going to, you know, necessarily hide things. But I think there's a time to tell different aspects of your story versus not. But guys, like there's a whole generation of lost dudes out there, and you know, one of the first ways to just walk into a room and be like, here I am, motherfucker. Just show up being physically fit. Because when you are, I went and got Chipotle after the gym. There's all these people in there. There was, I don't know, it seemed like there was some event in town today, and everybody's just looking at me, dude. I'm walking in there, 250, 255, jacked, you know, and I'm sitting at a high body fat percentage. So I got my body fat tested, and I'm up to 16%. That's probably the highest I've been in the last, maybe ever. But I'm sitting at 16%, and between the move, because I moved from Dallas, Texas over to Boise, and then it was just winter, man. I've had a lot of stuff going on with my business. I shut one business down. I'm in the middle of starting another one. Like, I got stuff going on. And I was like, you know what? Like, that's fine. That'll be good. It'll be good for me to slack off a little bit. And now it gives me a cool motivation to be able to work for something, but also to provide inspiration and motivation for you guys out there, just to show you how possible it is, to show you how close it is. It's not that far. It's not as far as you think. It's not some ethereal, far off, intangible goal. Like, you getting a six-pack is one decision away. You walking into a room, shoulders back, like a confident motherfucker, hey, one decision away. And there's a lot of micro skills in between there that you need to learn. And that's part of what I'm aiming to cover in my fitness program that I'm launching here in a few weeks, is to shore that up. Because I see a lot of guys, they've got fitness programs, they're like, oh bro, I'll get you in shape, I'll get you in shape. And I'm like, okay, now what? You solved one problem, but you created, like, there's a whole litany of other problems, right? Somebody gets in shape, but they don't know how to close people. They don't know how to have rapport. They don't know how to build relationships. They don't know how to change their self-image from being the fat guy to now being the in-shape guy who people look to as a leader. And those things are trainable. Those are skill sets. Those are trainable behaviors that you can simply build. So many people, they're not born leaders. There may be natural born leaders, but so many of the people out there, dude, they've built themselves. It's a bunch of micro skill sets. Like, it's not, a lot of this stuff doesn't necessarily come naturally. So why am I talking about all of this? Well, because I'm in the self-development industry. Why? Because I like changing people's lives, man. The self-development industry changed my life. It allowed me to do the work on me. It provided me a roadmap. And I just think it took a little bit long. I think that I can do it better for a certain sector of guys. And if women want to sign up, cool. You know, but my book was written specifically for men because it's the book that I needed. Because I wanted to help the guy who I was. I wanted to help that lost guy who's like, man, I'm struggling here. I don't understand a roadmap. Why do I feel so unworthy? Why can't I make the money that I want to make? Why do I continue sabotaging the way that I do? Why don't I have the clarity in life that I desire? I think I should have this clarity, but nobody taught me how to say no. Like, I saw, and I have so many examples of this in my life where people have an inability to say no. And so they're stuck in mediocrity. Look at my shirt, fuck mediocrity. They're stuck in mediocrity because they can't say no to low level things. And here's the misnomer, man. Here's the crazy thing. They paint it as, well, these things could be an opportunity. And I'm like, okay, Well, you haven't placed constraints on your life, so you don't know if it's an opportunity or not. Actually, it's not an opportunity because the opportunity size isn't big enough to fit your values. The values that you profess to have, you say, oh man, I want to make $20 million. You want to make $20 million selling something with a $500 commission each time? Okay, man, that's a rough time, but go for it. No, you have to learn constraints. You have to learn how to hone in on your values and what matters, and then let the other stuff go, man. You gotta let the other stuff go. I see so many men struggling with this, and I've struggled with it, bro. Like I'm making this video hoping it helps somebody out there because I've struggled with these things, and I'm going to be making a lot more videos, basically just cataloging like how I did this stuff, how I made this transition with myself to where I went from feeling unworthy to worthy, where I gained the skill sets in business, in health and fitness, in relationships, in all the areas that matter, so I can dominate at life. I don't know, it's going pretty good so far. I'm kind of liking it. But you know, there was a point just a few years ago, it wasn't going good. There was a point that I felt worthless, even taking up space to breathe. And that's a shame. And I know there's other guys out there that are feeling that same way. So, man, fitness it's such an easy jumping off point. Ooh, hold on. There's rocks on the road here. So I'm driving through the mountains. I'm not sure if you can see it. So we have little rock slides, and occasionally there will be some debris in the road, etc. Man, fitness is such an easy jumping off point. And so, but that's just it. It's only a jumping off point. Don't listen to the bros online who are like, bro, just get fit and everything else will change. Like, everything else won't change unless you change it. You have to be the one to change it. It's like, okay, man, I'm gonna get fit. And you're like, all right, now I need to solve my next problem. Okay, you probably are gonna need some different clothes, and you're gonna need to figure out, maybe you want a different style. Maybe you envision a different you in 3 years who dresses a certain way. Well, now this is a values game. Now you're talking constraints and values. Like, how do you want to be perceived? One of the reasons why I wear tank tops all the time is because one of my highest values is freedom. Like, I don't want to wear suits. I don't want to wear certain things that put me in a box and people feel like, oh man, you should be showing up this way. Like, dude, I don't care. I will show up however I want because this is my business. This is my life, and I get to live it on my terms because that's what I dictate, and that's how my reality works. But some people, they want to wear the business suit. Some people, they want to do the things. Some people, they want to dress certain ways. And that's okay, but you got to get clear on that. That's the next problem to solve. And then beyond that, you got to go further. You got to say, hey man, okay, I'm getting in shape. Well, what's the next step? Just depends on your values. Maybe you want better relationships. If relationships are it, it's like, okay man, let's work on building rapport. Let's work on listening. Let's work on some of these other things. And I don't mean just sitting around talking about it. I mean implementing actions. Because if your behavior doesn't change, if you keep just imbibing content or listening or whatever, and you don't change your actions, it doesn't matter. So it's just like going to the gym. You got to do the reps no matter what it is. So you want to get better at communication. Okay. Well, let's set some challenges. Let's do a 30-day challenge on getting better at communication, and let's work on one little aspect of it every single day. Maybe the first day you say, hey, I'm going to introduce myself to 10 people. You go to Starbucks. Hey man, my name's Kalen. Happy to meet you. Hey brother, you're the best barista I've had all day. Right? And it's a true statement as well. I believe in giving true compliments. And you can always give one, always. So next day, man, you're at Costco. Walk up to some random dude. Hey man, I really like those shoes. Where'd you get those from? Hey, by the way, my name's Kalen. Hey man, man, that's awesome. Hey, looking good, brother. Proud to meet you. Like, dude, it's not It's not necessarily hard, but I'll say this, and half the guys that are listening to it are like, oh my gosh, shit my pants, I can't do this. Anyways, guys, that's self-development, bro. Like, self-development isn't some term that's just out in the nebula that, you know, doesn't have any meaning. It's action. Like, it's action. You gotta take action behind it. And so, dude, I mean, fitness just starts a virtuous cycle where it's like, all right, cool, you're getting in shape. Now you're feeling a little bit more confident because you're getting in shape. Let's add some confidence to that. Now you do your first one. Now you do your second one. Maybe your next thing is, hey man, I want to make some more money. It's like, okay, go get in a performance-based industry. All right, cool. Maybe you need to learn some sales. Maybe you need to learn opening. Maybe you need to learn closing. Maybe you just need to get some reps in and just ask for it. Because, you know, maybe there's that. Maybe you want to start your own business and you're like, hey, I don't know where to start. It's like, all right, cool. Let's go over offer design. Let's go over your values and your constraints, because that will give you a major leg up on what you're going to do, because you probably already have some experience that you could have, that you could already make a play off of, and very quickly start making some money, start doing some things, start making some moves. But at the end of the day, in my mind, and my belief, is that self-development is action, bro. It's action, and it has to equal results. So you have to get new results. And so that's really the aim of my book. I talk about my book a lot because I'm really proud of it. But ultimately, at the end of the book, it really provides a battle guide in tactical information of like, okay, here's the things that you need to implement, and then start actually implementing them on a daily basis. Dude, I get messages from guys all the time. They're like, bro, dude, I was up at 4 a.m. reading your book, listening to it for the 4th time through. Like, dude, this answers so many things for me. And you know, it's more of a comprehensive volume. And so if you're somebody who's read 500 books in the personal development space, you know, I think you'll enjoy it still, because we always need reminding. I was told that by another guy the other day. Man, he's read incredibly widely. Still, listen to my book. He was like, bro, he was like, it was awesome. It was great. I was so fired up from it. He was like, and I've read all this stuff. I've heard most of the stuff that you cover in your book before, because I'll be honest, I cover a lot of basic stuff. He was like, it doesn't matter. He was like, I needed to be reminded. He was like, I was so fired up from it just because I needed to be reminded. And it was so nice having it in one comprehensive volume. I just listen to when I'm at the gym, and I'm just ready to crush life. So anyways, guys, I got the GoPro up here recording. This thing's battery is a little finicky. I feel like it's gonna die here in just a minute. It died on me coming down. So I'm gonna end this post, but I wanna make one challenge to you. Whatever you're working on today, like whatever your biggest fear is, that you know you should be making moves on, you know that you should stop sacrificing, you know you should stop playing a victim, you know you should actually make a change, take some action on it today. Find that one thing, write it down. Write it down on a physical piece of paper, bro. And then chunk it down. Say, how could I start on this thing in just a tiny way? You don't have to tackle the whole big thing. Just chunk it down to one little part. Just one little part. Just do that. Maybe you want to start working out. Cool. Go to the gym. Just do bench press. Just do a squat. Just do something. Just take action. And then the very next day, take a little bit more. And the very next day, a little bit more. I promise you, you start building momentum in a positive direction, it will be a virtuous cycle, and you'll look back 6 months later or a year later, and your life will have changed. Be great, brother. Hope you have a great day. Let's